This is a difficult case. The LAPD has always maintained this was a horrible accident, but the family of Officer Houston Tipping doesn't believe it. So it looks like this case will be going to trial.
I'm angry, disgusted, heartbroken, and life is just different without him because of what they did.
Shirley Huffman believes her son, LAPD officer Houston Tipping, was targeted and killed because he knew about rape allegations against fellow officers in the department.
He was concerned enough that he was looking to leave, and he had interviewed, and that was his intention, was to leave.
Attorney Brad Gage says Officer Tipping was an instructor at the police academy and was conducting a training exercise when he was gravely injured.
After he became the instructor there, one of the accused officers signed up for that class, went into that class, engaged in intentional acts against my client, including putting him into a headlock, which he admits in his deposition testimony that we have, and also picking him up in what is known colloquially as a pile driver wrestling move.
Officer Tipping was paralyzed and after 3 days in the hospital, died on May 29, 2022.
So there's an officer in LAPD officer dies because he was doing a training situation with another officer that he was actually knew of him doing rape allegations. They get into a fight, or they're training the officer that was being accused but knew that he knew something, put him in a headlock, then pile drive him directly on his head to where he had spinal cord issues, and then later dies in a hospital. If that don't sound like it was intentional, I don't know what is. So this guy died, I want to say, 3 years ago. So now they're going to sue. The family's going to sue because they said that he was targeted. Absolutely, he was targeted. We all know this. Police are the new gang. They run like a gang. You don't tell on each other. You don't be a whistleblower, because they will figure out a way to get you up out of there. And this is what this is. I just wish that the officer was smart enough to say, I'm not going to fight you, bro, because I know that you got some ill will. You have to understand, when you join these police departments, bro, it's get down or lay down, and it's sad. But what I say about this, the LAPD, you want more money, but then you have these lawsuits. This family will win. How much money will they get? That's more money that the city has to pay them because of what the LAPD did was wrong. But there's no way that you can't tell me just what I've read about this story and watched about this story, that he was not intentionally done like this. This is the guy that he was accusing of rape allegations on somebody else. You think that this guy did not mean him any harm? Come on, man. This is crazy. I just wish that Officer Tiffin would have been like, I'm cool, bro. You got it. You can fight somebody else. This other officer intentionally signed up for this class because he knew that this Officer Tipping was in this training exercise, and I'm going to train with him, and we going to grapple, and I'm going to get him. And I'm going to make it seem like it was an accident. Pile driving somebody in the head, that's no type of fighting procedure. That's no type of nothing. That's not even a grapple. That's a chokehold, and I'm going to pick you up and slam you on your neck and breaking and messing up your spinal cord to kill you. That was a murder. I'm sorry. I'm all for police, good police, but there's a lot of dirty police officers, bro, and they move like a gang. LAPD, LA County, a lot of them move like a gang, man. I'm not saying all cops are bad. There's some good ones, but the cops know that we know that that there's some bad people with bad apples. But what I look at it as far as an economic standpoint, how much money will this family win? How much money would the LAPD say, go ahead and pay them so they can stop putting this publicity out? Then who ends up paying for it? The people. The city of LA, and then they're going to be taxing the people more money to cover up the LAPD's ass.
But the LAPD calls it a tragic accident. LAPD Chief Michael Moore had this to say back in 2022.
Officer Tipping was not attacked. He was not beaten up by a group of officers, and he was not involved in any investigation of any police officer within the Los Angeles Police Department.
Gage disagrees. He's filed a lawsuit alleging wrongful death, battery, and whistleblower retaliation.
Having an officer who is investigating criminal acts against other employees who then dies and is killed has to be distressing to everyone. It has to concern us for public safety.
My son was a good cop. He loved being a police officer. It was what his fiber was. And I believe that when he saw something, he said something, and it got him killed.
Attorney Gage says he's working to depose Chief Michael Moore. He says the trial is expected to begin in late June. I'm Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
They're going to get paid. It's going to be a lot of money, I believe, just with the evidence that they're presenting. Who knows what else they know. But know this. You join a police department, it's really hard for you to do the right thing. And if you call others out, they ain't going to like that. It's a gang. And it's sad that it's like that. It's sad that you can't call out people for doing the wrong thing. Some people become police officers for a power trip. Some people want to, do others harm or want to be in charge because they're not in charge in their life. They've been bullied as a kid, so now they got a badge to feel like they can do whatever they want. There's a lot of officers that are great officers, but there's some that are in there that are being officers for the wrong reasons. There are officers that want the department to be better, get rid of the bad apples, but what can you do? You can't tell nobody because now you're a snitch. Now they're going to figure out ways to get you out of there because we are supposed to be a family, a brotherhood. That's where it gets tricky. But you see what happens. This guy knew a lot of things. He was investigating some things. He accused people of some things. He allegedly said this and said that. And they got his ass. And it's sad that you have to die by working on a grapple exercise and somebody wants to pick you up and pile drive you. That's crazy work. That is just like, that's so bad. We want great police officers. We want people that's going to do the job right and protect us. But then you have these bad apples that mess it up. But then, like I said, let's look at the economic impact. Now they are going to get sued. They're going to have to pay some money. The city will pay it. And then now the city's going to be more of a deficit. And then they're going to do what? Raise taxes on all of us in the city of LA just so they can get some of that money back. And then you'll have LAPD, which they did before, say we need more money for our hiring class. Maybe if we don't have these accusations and maybe we don't have these lawsuits, maybe we can be okay and give you the money that you need. I saw a report that said, I think 2024, $289 million were paid out in lawsuits. Who pays that? LAPD doesn't pay that. The city of LA does. That's the part that we don't like. And when we see things, that's why I want to talk about this. This is bad what happened to the officer. It's terrible for the officer, but look at the impact it's going to have on the city of LA and its residents. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to see all the new videos. Appreciate the support, man. The early support, the comments. Keep commenting. If you got any videos or anything you want me to talk about, send it to me on my email. I am marcuslewis333@gmail.com. Shoot it over to me. Shoot me the link. Shoot me the video from TikTok, Instagram you want to talk about. I love it. Building up this little group, man. Getting it going. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.